Hi friends, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk about my lip project pan. So this is my first update for my lip project pan for 2022, and I'm also doing sort of a lip project roulette as part of this because I talked about this last year that while it was great to focus on some lip products, I really felt like I was neglecting the rest of my collection. So what I've decided to do this year is do like a smaller project pan. So like I have 5 specific categories, although for this first little bit I've combined 2, and then I'm going through the rest of my collection on about a monthly basis. I have it sort of half picks and then half, well, it's probably more picks, like 2/3 picks and then a third roulette, mostly so that I am using products that I like and that I feel like are suitable for, you know, the season, as well as bringing in products through the roulette that I may kind of avoid. There's stuff that I may not have picked, at least at this time of year or just in general, because there's definitely some lip products that I just sort of overlook, either by accident or they're just not like, they're not favorites, so I don't use them. So let's just start off with the panning part. Again, I only have 4 items in my panning part. The first thing is a lipstick. So this is the Marc Jacobs The Marc lipstick in Slow Burn, just a mini, and I don't know how well you'll see. Let me turn the lid around. I was able to draw a new line on this. This is definitely, having only 4 products is helping me sort of really see visual progress on my items compared to last year. So yeah, when I roll this up, you'll see there's not a whole lot left. Like it's pretty tiny. I don't know if I can finish this in February or like before the next update. It's possible, but it's also not possible. Like I can see there being like that angle being sort of rounded off a little bit, but I don't see myself finishing this by the next update. I think so. I think we can do it. So yeah, I definitely feel like I've made some good progress on this. I enjoy wearing this. It's definitely sort of grown on me as I've used it, but I will be happy to see the back of this when it's done because it'll be a lip item out of my collection. So when I introduced this, it was 11 grams even. It is now 10.78 grams. That's a difference of 0.22 grams, which for me with lipstick, that's really good. Last year my pace was like 0.03 and 0.07, so really happy with the progress on that. My next category is my lip balm category. So the lip balm I'm working on is this Nivea Hydro Care lip balm. It's just the basic lip balm. I really like this lip balm. Again, I feel like progress is moving quite well. It has been so cold here, and I feel like with the heating and everything, my lips are so dry, so this has been really nice to use this time of year. Again, oh, there's a hair floating on there. This is where it's at right now, so I think it's looking pretty good. When I looked at it compared to like before, I was like, oh yeah, we're moving down. It's good. I like having the little lines on the lid. I'll be honest, every once in a while, like I'll just periodically like check, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's moving down. It's good. But yeah, love this lip balm. I'll definitely repurchase this in the future. So this started at 13 grams. It's now 12.41 grams. That's a difference of 0.59 grams. Next up is my lip oil category, which I've combined with my lip gloss category because I feel like this product is a 2-for-1. And this is the e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Nude Kiss. And you can see the lines. I am flying through this. I forget who mentioned on my intro that they said that they flew through this as well. I think they used it in like a couple months, and I'm like, yep, I'm flying through this as well. I keep this at my desk, and like, you know, when you're on like work phone calls or you're just like typing away, I'll just pick this up and put it on. So I use it quite a lot throughout the day, and I really like this product. I don't know if they still make this. I hope they do, because I can definitely see myself repurchasing this in this shade, as well as if they have other shades, because it's a nice hybrid. It's like a lip oil and a lip gloss. It's really, really nice. Yeah, so flying through this. Again, next month it won't be done, but probably by the next month it will be. So then 2 updates, this will probably be done, maybe 3 if I slow down my pace on this a little bit. But it's going to be done like in this first part of the year, which will be nice because then I can roll in a lip oil and a lip balm or a lip gloss once this is done. So this started off at 32 grams. It's now 31.39 grams. So it's a difference of 0.16 grams. And my last category for my project pan is a lip mask, and I'm using the Bite Agave lip mask. Visually looking at it from the side, I don't know if it looks a whole lot different, but weight-wise, there's definitely a change. It was 16 grams when I introduced it. It's now 14.97 grams. That's a difference of 1.03 grams. This is okay. I don't love it. I'm pretty sure this is the original formula. It's thick, but I find it wears off really quickly. I don't know if it's just me, and like if I put this on and then I go and eat or drink, I feel like it just disappears. I thought it would have a bit more lasting power, and it doesn't. I don't know. It's okay. I don't think I have two of these. I have this one that's a full size, and then I have one that's sort of like a deluxe sample size, and I don't think I would repurchase this, to be honest. I don't love it. So now let's do the family photo time, which I think will look more impressive this time around compared to last year. I feel like the change is very noticeable between my products because I am focusing on such a small set of products. So that's the project pan part. Now we're going to move into the roulette part. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about my last round picks. If you want to see swatches of all of those and my thoughts on all of them, at least at that point, that's in my last video. I will give you guys some weights. I'll at least like mention all the products and give you, I did weigh everything. And there's some stuff like I clearly did use and stuff that I'll barely use, but I did use everything at least once. There's only two products I want to talk about in a little bit more detail, which we'll get to, I guess. I'll do that when I get to those products. So the first product that I pulled out, this was the Sephora, I think, what do they call this? Glossy Gloss in Chestnut Cream. Really like this product. I will buy the lip gloss containers. I don't have room in my budget for it right now, but when I do have room in my budget, I'm going to purchase the lip gloss containers and depot this into a lip gloss container with like a doe foot, because I think I will like this a lot better and use it a lot more once it's in that kind of packaging. Same with the other lip gloss as well. So this was 17.86 grams. It's now 17.78 grams. So I used 0.08 grams. For glass, not great, but definitely some use on that. The other gloss I had this month was the Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream, and this is in Nude Blush 525. This was in my lip project pan last year. So when I introduced it, it was 7.77 grams. It's now 9.77 grams. And I don't know what I said before. That's what I said. 9.77 grams. It's now 9.66 grams. That's a difference of 0.11 grams. So yeah, I definitely use this quite a bit. And again, we'll repurpose that or repackage that when I get the opportunity to do so. I had two lip liners, and the lip liners are both picks. I've been picking the lip liners after I picked the lip products. So the first one is this. This is the Lippie stick, lip pencil from ColourPop in Contempo. I didn't take pictures of these items, but this looks a whole lot smaller, and weight-wise, this was 4.99 grams. It's now 4.42 grams. That's a difference of 0.57 grams. If you've followed me for a while, you'd be like, wow, that's a lot. You used over half a gram. No, this I had to sharpen. The lead broke. I sharpened it, and like I don't know what happened, but it must have snapped somewhere further down, and like the whole thing just like there was like nothing. So I had to sharpen it quite a bit to get product again. So this is definitely a candidate for panning. Once I finish the lip liner in my regular project pan, I think I might throw this in because it's pretty close to being done now. Anyway, there's that. The other lip liner that I picked out was this, just the Color Workshop liner in, I call it purple pink because it's like a purpley pink. There's two others that I have that I just kind of made up the names for because there's no names on these. This was 3.76 grams. It's now 3.69 grams. That's a difference of 0.07 grams. My tinted lip balm category, I had this Covergirl NatureLuxe Gloss Balm in Muscat. I did have one of these in my lip project pan from 2020 that I finished. And this one I used, I didn't really use. It was 12.87 grams. It's now 12.84 grams. That's a difference of 0.03 grams. I think I used this twice, maybe. For lippies, like lipsticks and lipstick type products. The first one was this CoverGirl lipstick in Vintage Wine. Again, another product that has been in project pans in the past. This was 18.31 grams. It's now 18.29 grams. That's a difference of 0.02 grams. So yeah, this, I used it, again, all these lippies I kind of used like twice. The next one is this guy from Bite Beauty. I really like this one. This is the shade Chai, and this didn't have a weight change at all. I used this I think once. This was 7.65. It's now still 7.65, so no difference there. This is one that I wanted to just talk about a little bit. This was the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Mineral Lipstick in Sassy, and this was 18.48 grams. It's now 18.46 grams. Again, I only wore it a couple times. This is my point of, I feel like I keep getting orangey type lip products if you just watched my Beautylish unboxing. I don't like this color on its own. It's just a little too, almost pastel-y orange. It's a little too bright, almost slightly neon-y. Like, it looks a bit muted in the tube, but I don't know, with my skin tone, it sort of looks, it pulls the whiteness. It's got like a white base. But I did wear this with a deeper lip liner, I think Button, and I liked the way that looked. I was like, okay, I can wear this with like a darker brown type lip liner, and it works. And it's a nice formula. It's a nice enough lipstick. I'll obviously keep it for now, but I have to wear it with a lip liner to deepen the color a little bit. I also had this Julep Plush Pout in the shade Cardinal. It's like a red. And it's like I've barely used. It's still like, most products you can twist down and it goes below the product. This is still like above the packaging, and this is still above the packaging. It's fine. I used it a couple times. It was 12.63 grams. It's now 12.62 grams. Yeah, like, didn't really use that. Oh, I missed this. So this was the Maybelline Color Sensational Lipstick in Blissful Berry. This was 24.66 grams, now 24.63 grams, so difference of 0.03 grams. I wore this a few times. I always think this product is darker than what it is. It looks darker in the tube, but once I apply it, I'm like, oh, it's a lot brighter than what I think it is. Such a nice color, though. I really like it, and I really like this formula, so I definitely would consider purchasing more in that formula. I think I said that in my intro of these. And then last up, I just have my two liquid lipsticks, which ended up both being Ofra ones. So the first one is Story from the Samantha March collection. This one only went down by 0.02 grams. It was 30.03. It's now 30.02. Again, I wore that a couple times. I wore that in my video for my intro. And then the other one, this was the other product I want to just talk about a little bit. This is the shade Santorini. If you go to their website, the shade on all the models, it looks way darker than what it actually is. If you look at, I think on their little website, on their last picture, it's like a promo photo. That's way closer to what the color is. I wore this in my Project Pan update video, and you can see it's a much more fuchsia type product. I like the way this looks. It's a bit metallic-y, but not so much that it's like frosty. My only complaint about this is it's kind of, I like their formula because it's kind of thin, but in this case, because it's thin, it almost goes a little bit patchy. I find like when I put it on, I have to be careful to not get like a thicker line around the outside of my lip because I'm pushing the lip color around, you know what I mean? So when I push the lip color around, I end up wiping it away from sort of the inside of my lip and pushing it to the outside. It's a bit finicky to apply. I can see myself eventually decluttering this, but it's fine for now. I quite liked that color. I feel like I suit like a bright magenta pinks. I don't know, maybe other people disagree with me, but I feel like I do. So anyway, that one was 30.43 grams, and it ended up at 30.38 grams, a difference of 0.05 grams. Okay, and now introducing my next round of picks. So I don't really talk about the weights. I did weigh everything as well, but I'll talk about the weights when I do the update for next month. So let's just talk about the things that I'm going to be using other than my Lip Project Pan stuff. So we're going to start off with the lip glosses. So with lip gloss category, I pick a lip gloss and then I roulette a lip gloss. The one I picked was the Becca Chrissy Teigen collaboration, and this is in the shade Malibu Soleil. I really like this. I picked up Beach Bum first from Winners, and then I saw Malibu Soleil, and I was like, oh, I like that color even better. I really like this color. I really like this formula. I don't really like this packaging, and I don't know why. It's not like I guess I do. Like, I sit my, lip gloss on my counter like this, and you can't do that with this. It just annoys me. It's so dumb to annoy me, but yeah, I really like this. Becca's gone. What else can I say? Next up, the roulette. Okay, so I also need to mention, I did all my rouletting, and I forgot to record my screen on my phone, so I used the Tiny Decisions app on my phone. Totally forgot to record my screen. If you see my Pan That palette plus the roulette that I have, you'll see what it looks like. So just imagine, you see the little wheel, and then the roulette picked up this one. This is Quo lip gloss in the shade Secret Rendezvous. This is super old. They don't make this shade, they don't make this formula. It's not something I would have picked this time of year. It's kind of bright. It's kind of like the lip gloss version of Santorini, to be honest. But I really love this lip gloss. But it is pretty bright. Like, it's something that I sort of save for like if I was going out, you know, on a summer evening, I feel like I really like wearing this kind of a shade. But yeah, it's not something I would have picked. So yeah, that's the Roulette. That's how the Roulette goes. Next up is the lip tint. So lip tint is just one, and I just pick it. This is the Dior Lip Addict in 001 something pink. I don't know what they call it. Glow pink. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of product left on this. I love this. I would purchase this again, and I would purchase this in multiple shades, but it's hella expensive. So I need to use up some other products first before I go ahead and do that. So yeah, love this product. I don't know, like this is the sheer pink, but I think this is the kind of pink that sort of has a pH thing with your lips. Those seem to work okay for me. I know other people can turn really bright pink and look kind of gaudy in their opinion. I feel like those things kind of work for me. At least this works for me. So like I said, I would definitely buy that in other shades. And this used to be, I think I talked about this in previous videos. This was when I used to walk to work, sometimes I didn't like putting on a lipstick before I went out, because like in the wintertime, my nose runs and I gotta blow my nose when I get to work, and I ended up just wiping off my lip product when I did that. So I would put this on as I would walk to work, and then when I got to work, I would apply what my actual lip color was, and then it was nice and fresh for the work day. Probably like overkill and kind of dumb, but anyway, that's what I used to do back in, I don't want to even say normal times, because I feel like we're never going back to that. I think we've got to just accept that, and this is kind of what happened. I hate saying this as it sounds really negative, but after my mom passed away, you kind of constantly have to keep telling yourself, this is the new normal. This is the new normal, because you're never going to go back to that. Like I'm never going to go back to life with my mom, right? Like that life is done, or that phase of my life is done, and you have to kind of go through a reckoning with yourself of like the new normal. And I think as a collective, we're going to have to do that. Anyway, wow, we kind of got serious there. Let's talk about lip products. So this is sort of like lippy sticks, lip crayons, regular lipsticks, liquefied lipsticks. So the first one is this lip crayon from Nude Sticks. This is the Gel Color Lip and Cheek Balm in the shade Haven. This is okay. It's so funny because the way I like to apply lipsticks, I don't have a very big mouth. I like to have a precise line. I like lipsticks so I can like go along the edge. You would think I would really like crayons because of that point, yet I just never gravitate towards crayons. The style just, there's something about it that feels clunky to me, and I can't, it's dumb. I gotta get over it. It's something in my head. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, this color is okay. It's a little too light for me. I like the formula, it's fine, but I feel like the color on its own is just, it's a little too light. I tried to pick a photo, so I take a couple photos for each one. I try and pick the photo where it looks the best. Then I feel like in the photo, it doesn't look too bad, but I generally won't wear this just on its own. Next up, the lip, I picked this lip product. This is the Tristique. I don't know what the name of this is. Prime and Color Lip Glaze. I don't know why they call it lip glaze. Anyway, it's in the shade English Rose. I don't really like this. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I hate the packaging. It's so clunky for what it is. I mean, it's cool that it's got this like magnetic closure, but you've got like all this packaging, and this is the only amount of product that's in there. Like, do you see how much packaging compared to product? I know there's like the little primer on the bottom as well, but so there's like a little primer. I clearly never use this. I just always forget about it. But yeah, like it's a fine product, but it's just so clunky. I don't know. It annoys me for that reason. So that's why I picked it, because I purposely picked it because it felt like a good, I don't know, February I was thinking Valentine's Day and picking colors or things that were related to that. That's where my mindset was in terms of trying to think of a theme for picking for the month. And that, for some reason, with English Rose just felt very, I guess the roses, right? There we go. So the next lip product I picked was the Charlotte Tilbury, oh, another fluffy hair. Thanks, Harley. Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk. This is like the OG Pillow Talk. I think it's in the Revolution formula. I always forget how light this is. Like I always in my mind think it's darker than what it is, and then I put it on, I'm like, oh, yeah, no, that's not as light as what it is. It's what I'm wearing today, but I do have a darker lip liner on underneath it that's a bit more brown. But yeah, I keep this, like, the reason why I picked this is because this sits like, when I have my lipsticks, this is always front and center, because I feel like packaging wise, it looks very pretty. So it's always like the pretty one at the front. So that's basically why I picked it. It was staring me in the face and said, pick me, pick me. So I picked it. Okay, and then the next two are Roulette. So the first one was this Lippie stick in the shade Peacocky. So this is in that sheer formula. If you remember my lip project pan last year, I used the shade Kiddo Up. They don't make this formula anymore. This is like a red, pinky red version. I like this. I actually decluttered another lip product that was very similar, but I like this better. It looks scary, like it looks really, really red, but it's like a sheer red. So it's really nice. Again, it's something that I normally would probably pull for summertime. Would have not really thought to pull it this time of year, but it's fine. Again, I really like this formula. I like wearing it. And then the last lip product, this was a Roulette item that it picked. This one might be a declutter. This is Oil of Olay. I don't know if Oil of Olay makes makeup anymore. Again, this is one of those random products I got from somebody else. This is in the shade Fresh Plum. Not very plummy at all. It's more like burgundy. I always think plum should be more purple. This smells really lipsticky, and I'm hesitating. Is it going bad, or is it just a lipstick? I have a couple other Oil of Olay lip products. They're different than this, but they are lipstick. So I'm just gonna do a comparison. I just noticed this when I like did the lip swatch, and I was like, oh, it's not as bad as the other CoverGirl one that I decluttered last year, where it was like as soon as I put it on and like I could still smell it on my lips. I'm like, oh my god, like it's definitely gone. But I feel like this is going, and I'm gonna try it a couple more times, obviously, like with this update. But I'm definitely, I think, leaning to declutter this, because even if it's not off, I'm not sure I'm loving that smell. Like some lipsticks just smell like lipsticky, like L'Oreal lipsticks. They always smell very lipsticky, and sometimes it's not so bad. Like I have another one. It's called it's a lip lacquer, and it's got that like traditional 80s lipstick smell, and it's always smelled like that. That's just the way it is. This I'm not sure about, so I don't know. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. I just don't know what to do about that. And then liquid lipstick. So the first liquid lipstick I picked, this was the Brenda Loves Dylan Loves Kelly from Solo Look. This came in a Try Beauty box last year. I basically picked this because it was like Brenda loves Dylan, like the loves, the Valentine. And it's typically not one that I gravitate towards. I haven't really used this since then, since I got it. So I wanted to play with this a bit more. Again, I laughed because when I did the swatches for this, I'm like, man, that's an orangey red. Everything I got last year, I think, had like that I didn't pick myself, had like an orange tinge to it. And I'm just like, why? Again, I maybe just need to embrace my inner orange. And then the Roulette, funny enough, picked an Ofra liquid lipstick, which I just had 2 Ofra ones. I think I've gone through now all of my Ofra liquid lipsticks. So yeah, this is one of the older ones, older packaging. I got this in a boxy charm, and yeah, I like this color. It's nice. It's Santa Ana, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned the color name. It's a nice liquid lipstick. Again, I can see myself eventually letting this one go because it is kind of old, and I don't think I'll ever finish. I don't know if I'll ever put a liquid lipstick in like a project pan to finish. It might be just to like use up as much as I can and then say goodbye, or just use it for a few times, like 10 times, and then move it out, something like that. But anyway, nice color. I'm kind of glad. The funny thing that I felt like with all these colors, I felt like it was all over the map. Like when I put them together, I'm like, there is no color story here. Like no color story. Yeah, it's very weird. Okay, and lip liner. So I always pick the lip liner sort of after I pick the lip product. So the first lip liner I picked was the ColourPop Lippie liner, Lippie stick, Lippie pencil is what they call it, in Field Day. So this came in my ColourPop mystery box. It's a fine shade. It's what I have today. This is the lip liner I'm wearing today with Pillow Talk. It's sort of like the lightest, I think, out of the brown shades. Again, I think I got 2 or 3 brown shades last year as well, like 2 brown lip liners, and I already had 2 brown lip liners. This one is sort of the lightest, I think, out of all of them. And the one thing I did want to mention about this, though, is I feel like this one's slightly drier than the other lip liners, like the Contempo one that I just used. And again, I'm super annoyed that it also has the problem of, like, the lid is super loose. I don't know if I visually showed that, but half the time I pick this up, the lid just flops off. You'd think by now ColourPop would have sorted something like that out. It's like, drive me crazy, guys. And then the other lip liner I picked was the NYX. This is just their basic lip liner in the shade Bloom. And I thought this would go well with like that English Rose, the Quo lip gloss, and then that Ofra Santa Ana And then potentially it would go well with the Oil of Olay lipstick. I don't know. It could, might not, might go well, might not go well. I don't know. The one thing that I've really realized with this project is I tend to gravitate towards specific lip liners and use those and ignore, like I almost completely ignore some of my other lip liners, like Bloom. I can't even remember the last time I purposely picked that lip liner up to use. So this project is good for that. Okay, I'm starting to like lose words, so I think it's time to wrap this up. And I hope you liked this update to my lip project pan. If you did, feel free to give a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.